Welcome back to the Save It for Parts channel. Today we're out on a nature hike. We are up here at Minnesota's Lost 40 scientific and natural area. And this is kind of a unique spot in Minnesota. It was basically here due to a surveying error. So basically all of this pine forest around us was supposed to be clear cut and turned into paper products, wood products and whatnot. And the surveyors, when they came through, miscategorized this particular 40-acre section as a lake. So when the lumber companies bought different sections, came through and clear-cut everything, they ended up, nobody bought this section because it was a lake, they thought. So this is basically some of the only old-growth pine, red and white pine in Minnesota, because most of the rest of the state has been clear-cut historically. And so it's become a state natural area. I believe it's also part of a national forest, so there's a little bit of state management and then federal management here. And yeah, this has some of the oldest and biggest mature pine trees in the state. This is kind of out in, I guess, the middle of nowhere. We drove up here today just to see this. Actually, we drove up yesterday and ended up camping. And yeah, it's been a great trip so far. This is a really cool area. And there are quite a few people out here. For being somewhat out in the middle of nowhere, this is a popular spot. So this is a really popular destination for people to come up and just see what the old growth forest used to look like here in Minnesota before everything was logged, before the Paul Bunyan days, the lumberjack days. This was what was here basically before European colonization and settlement. Now, since this is a managed kind of recreation area, you will see some signs of tree cutting. So there are definitely some trees that have been cut down to make the trails here and to maintain the trails, but there's not really any commercial logging right in here. All right, well, we are at a brook. I've already forgotten the name of the brook, but there's an interpretive sign, but I can't read it because it's out in the water. It looks like a high water level here. I don't know if beavers have dammed it up or if this is just a regular flood scenario, but yeah, nice little spot. Well, we've been seeing a few more people on this section of the loop, folks walking their dogs. So yeah, this is, again, it's a very nice day for it. Very nice trail, really easy. I mean, I'm just doing it in flip-flops, so this is a very low effort trail, a little bit up and down. No real mud except right down by the creek. I suppose if it had been raining lately, it might be a different story, but yeah, this is beautiful. And there's a little overlook spot over here. Nice little bench. Can't really see too much, but yeah, I can't tell if this is an official trail or just a little pirate trail going down the side of the hill here. I won't go too far. I'm sure that goes somewhere interesting, but I don't have time to check out every little diversion, although yeah, it sure looks interesting down there. Just go a little bit here and peek. Yeah. Yeah, here's another section with some fairly large trees, although I think these aren't the biggest ones yet. But yeah, interesting. There are some little diversions along the path. I don't know where they go. We're not really equipped to go down every one of them since we do have flip-flops on, but man, yeah, there's so many things to look at, and I'm not good at keeping up a running commentary here on the trip. I'm just, I don't really know what to say. I'm just enjoying the nature walk and enjoying all these pretty sections of trail. Been stopping and then restarting the camera every time I see a really nice section. I guess I could keep the camera just running, but I always feel like an idiot with the selfie stick here if there's other people around, so I'm very self-conscious about this this whole vlogging thing, or then I'm tripping as I am walking and looking at the camera instead of my feet, so I'm tripping on roots here. But yeah, this is a little bit different than my normal content, so I guess if people enjoy this sort of thing, if you like random nature walks, I do have a bunch of videos where I look for old mines and ruins and stuff in the woods, caves and things, so those are similar videos, I guess, where I'm just stumbling around in nature, often without a trail. But yeah, if you like videos like this, let me know. We can do more like this. I could do more nature walks, more scenic areas like this instead of just electronics and whatnot. Mix it up a little bit. I did a few of these when we were in Alaska, walked around and looked at some old ruins and trails and interesting things up there. I think a little critter just ran across the trail. So anyway, yeah, let me know in the comments if you want to see more like this. So as I may have said, we actually came up here to the Lost 40 as kind of a destination, even though it's not a huge spot. It's just a mile of trail. It doesn't take too long to see most of it. It is worth seeing though, especially with everything going on these days. You never know if national forests are just going to get bulldozed and clear cut. So it's good to see them while you can. And yeah, if you come up here from the Twin Cities, it's a nice day trip. It's about 4 hours. Or you could do what we did, is we drove up and camped overnight, and we found a really nice campsite. There are a ton of campsites along the lakes up here. There's a big lake system that connects to the Mississippi River. I think it's Lake Winnebagosh. And yeah, there's a big, big tree up above me. Maybe I'll pan up and look at that. Yeah, they're just some beautiful, beautiful trees in here. Not quite as good as Alaska. I grew up in Southeast Alaska, so we had, 200-300 foot tall spruce, and these are 100-foot tall pine. They're okay, as trees go, but not to be too nitpicky. I forgot what I was saying. Anyway, if you camp, Lake Winnebagosh was really fun. Lots of little backwaters, lots of little campsites where you can actually put a canoe right in at the campsite. We did some of that. The campsite we got was huge. You could have fit like 20 people there. Mosquitoes are getting me. But yeah, great spot, and really nice way to do it is to come up, camp out, see some of the stuff around Grand Rapids, some of the museums and whatnot, and then come out here, come out to some of the other nature spots out here. And it's a really nice weekend trip to make up here. Let's see, I got a tip. There are some even bigger trees down this little trail offshoot, so we're gonna sneak down here. And yeah, these are getting pretty big. Okay, yeah, here's a fairly large one. This is probably a good 250, 300 years old right here. Let's see if I can, if we can even see the whole thing on the camera. Yeah, so that's a decently sized pine, big mature pine tree here from Minnesota. And yeah, just really fun to see these. We don't see trees this big in the Twin Cities, especially not pine trees. They've all been logged, and you can see evidence of logging all over the place, even out at Sandland, my friend's property, where we've got our tunnel system, and I've got the monorail and the geodesic dome and all that. All of that is old logging area, and our road out there is an old logging road, and everything is just stumps in the woods and, new trees, small trees, but evidence of it being clear cut. I have to stop to get a close-up of this mossy stump. I've been really into moss lately. I guess I'm always into moss. Again, I grew up in Southeast Alaska, rainforest, so we had moss everywhere, and we saw quite a bit of that when we were there just a few weeks ago. And again, I have a bunch of videos of that, so if you want to see a lot more nature and a lot more moss, check out all my Alaska videos. So if we pan up here, we can see another big mature pine. Really nice one here. And then panning back down, we look at the root system. That's really cool too. It's like a big knot. It's just a big tangle of roots here. That's really neat. Lots of little crevices and shelves, and That'd be a great place for critters to live in among the roots here. I like this one. Oh, we've got a dead stump here. Looks like it's broken off, and part of it has landed over here. We can actually see the trunk. So it's kind of an interesting look at the fallen tree. I could get up and climb along the trunk here, but I'd probably just slip and fall off. There is a little trail actually that sneaks back in here. You can kind of follow the log. And they've been doing some trail work here, clearing things out a little bit. I can't tell if this is the front loop. This might be the small loop, because they did say on the signs that most of the larger trees were here on the small loop. And so, wow, yeah, just looking up, this is a great spot here. This is kind of a fantastic place to just sit and look up at the sky and the trees, and we've got trees going in different directions. Yeah, this is fantastic. All right, well, I won't go all the way down this. I think this is just a shortcut back to the other side of the main big loop. So I'm just going to turn around here and maybe just aim the camera up as we walk underneath all of these, because this is a great section of big mature pine. And if we come back down, we can see this one that's been cut. This isn't a big full-sized one, but you can see the rings. See the ring structure of the tree. Hopefully this video isn't just boring people. I guess maybe you won't click on it unless you're interested in trees and nature walks, because it is definitely not my my most popular content. Always seems to be the satellite and the radio stuff. So, but I do like to mix it up. I have so many different hobbies. I like to get out in nature. I like to walk around. Usually very casual. Again, this is not a strenuous hike. You know, you can do it with just a water bottle in your pocket and flip-flops and some bug spray, because a lot of mosquitoes. But yeah, it's not a big hardcore nature hike, which those are fun on occasion too. One of these days I want to do the Boundary Waters, do a big canoe trip and portage the canoe. We have a canoe with us here that one of our friends gave us, an old aluminum one that's probably older than anybody I know, but it's been working out. We brought it out to the lake and the campsite, and getting distracted here. There's another really nice tree. Anyway, one of these days I'd like to do the Boundary Waters, and maybe that can be a video, but that would be a little more hardcore, need more planning and whatnot. So I think we're almost back to the road here, so I'll probably wrap this up. If anybody is interested in coming to see some big mature trees in Minnesota, then I highly recommend the Lost 40 SNA. This is great. I am really enjoying this, and I hope everyone enjoyed watching the video. And if you did, go ahead and like and subscribe. Let me know. Let me know if you want me to do more of these. Thank you to everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Here's the backstory on why the Lost 40 is lost. Angry little squirrel.